here today in the Tier 10 Soviet Torpedo Hybrid Destroyer, the Grozovoi. On the map Shards, in a ranked game, we are currently rank 2 and we're 3 stars out from ranking out, so hopefully we can get a nice win here. So we're in a pretty unique game here for ranked, as far as ranked goes. Sorry about that stutter. In that we have no battleships. So this is a triple cruiser, 4 cruiser, 3 destroyer game. And I am the southern leftmost destroyer on my team. So I'm just going to immediately start the match by popping my speed boost, getting a nice lead in towards A cap. So the Grozovoi, a flexible hybrid destroyer. She has 6 130mm rifles located in 3 turrets, 2 in the front, 2 in the aft. She has a respectable 6 kilometers of concealment if you spec her with concealment expert and concealment module. And she does a very excellent 44.6 knots with speed flag and speed boost and just under 40 knots base. So she's a fast Russian GD. You'll notice as well that she's very large for a destroyer, almost cruiser-like, which is fairly typical for all Russian destroyers. So she is large and she does eat AP pens. Fortunately, thanks to the BB AP versus DD change, she doesn't eat full battleship penetrations anymore, but you can eat cruiser pens and pens from ships like the Z-52 or the Hindenburg if you're not careful, so that is something to be aware of. So I'm a fairly strong gunboat. There's another Grozovoi, a Shimmy, and a Z-52 on this team. I outgunned the other 2 DDs, and obviously I'm equally equipped to deal with myself. So as long as I bump into any DD other than myself, I should be able to outshoot them. Obviously the Z can smoke up and pop hydro, but I can disengage, and I have a Salem right behind me. So my speed boost is going to time up right as I get into A. I am RPF located, so I do need to be a bit cautious. I'm going to watch the corner, and I'm going to position myself so that I have room to leave forward or backwards as necessary. Just watching the corner, trying to capture. I don't want to be sitting still necessarily. It would be safer to sail through the cap, but this is the safest position because if I get radared by this Des Moines, such as now, I can just press the accelerator. So I'm radared, but I am going to attempt to take the cap by dodging this Rosello, but I'll scratch that plan because someone is contesting anyways, so accelerate out of the cap into cover, and now we know that there is something there. I do have a radar cruiser behind me and another radar cruiser behind me, so we should be able to light him up. So, thankfully, my Salem lights up the Shimakaze, and he eats the torpedoes that we launched into the smoke earlier. So, that's scratch 1, we're immediately at an advantage, up a ship now, and we're going to take this cap for 3 because the Des Moines is just going to have to turn away after his DD dies. The enemy is taking B, but we have a team going for C as well, so we'll see what we can make happen. I don't have advanced fire training on this Grozovoi build because I'm running a CE focused build for ranked where having good detection matters. So I'm going to shell the Des Moines for a bit, but really once I take this cap here, my goal is to shift over to B. So someone did torp us, so the DD probably passed through the gap over here and continued sailing either north or south towards my team. Now obviously, no DD in the right mind would sail towards that detected Moskva, so as we said, he's still on the north side of the cap. He's briefly spotted by my Moskva's radar, so he should take some pot shots there. I'm gonna now leave. It's not that important that we attack the Des Moines. He's already moving away from the cap. And now my objective at this point is to capture area B. Now there is a Des Moines inside of the cap, which is gonna make that difficult. But for now, we're just going to play at range. So Up at sea cap, my teammate Zhao unfortunately ran into some hot water, so he kind of went nose in and got too close and got detected by a Salem and a Zhao, so he got gunned down. I'm gonna take some fire from the Des Moines here because I am in his radar range and he decides to pop it. But that's alright, that's what my heals are for, so just kite away. The smoke here, maybe not that necessary. It's not exactly going to break line of sight because radar is still running, but here it helps me disengage a little more quickly. Although it's definitely a bit of a wasted smoke. It's not exactly covering for the Moskva either because the smoke firing is very, very poor. So the Des Moines radar has timed out for the moment, so we are going to approach into the corner to see if we can contest B. We are down a cap right now, even though we're still up points. Or actually, we're not even up points. So we're down a cap, and they are up points, and they're going to tick faster because they have a cap advantage. So we do need to make something happen here. The enemy Zhao has sailed back over from the cap, and Des Moines is still where he is. So obviously, we don't really want to open water, and trade with a Des Moines and a Zhao. So we're just going to shadow him. I'll probably launch a tube here just in case the Des Moines does happen to push out. The Zhao is now in range, but as you can see from the indicator, if he just continues sailing straight, he's gonna easily leave our torpedo range. So nothing much we can do about that. For now, the best thing to do is just contest the cap here over in the corner. We know the Des Moines doesn't have radar, so there should be nothing that can spot us outside of the Z. And here, okay, so the Z torps are gliding past us, so he made probably a turn this way, based on the position of the torps. Either that or he would have had to wiggle twice in order to get torpedoes there. And, oh, okay, so we see his smoke now. So we know he's pretty much right in front of us. And the Moskva, seeing that, decides to pop his radar. And lo and behold, oh, there's some frame stutter there, so sorry about that, but lo and behold, we find ourselves a Z. So we quickly dispatch him. You'll notice there that the Grozovoi has some excellent gun arcs. Just take him out. We'll harass the Zhao for now because we can't get our shells over this island. If I was maybe a gearing or daring, I might be able to do something about it, but the flat arcs of the Grozovoi mean that I can't really get any shells over. So switching between AP and HE, going for some speculative AP. The Grozovoi AP is extremely powerful, so it has a lot of penetration for DD and it does a fair amount of damage, so it's good to use it when you can. The Des Moines pops radar, but it's not concerning this time because there's really no one that can shoot at us. The Des Moines himself is behind cover, and the Zhao might hit us with a salvo or two, but he's a bit busy with the Salem that's chasing after him, to be quite frank. So I'm gonna reverse to see if I can get some cheeky shots at the Des Moines. Okay, well, never mind then. The cheeky shots at the Des Moines kind of backfired. He has American arcs, I have Russian arcs, so he can arc over the island, but I really can't. And also, I can't really see him. His radar is out now, though, so I'm gonna try and reverse out and spot him for my Moskva. And maybe my Moskva can handle him. So he's spotted again. Oh, he's shoving. But now we know he doesn't have radar, so we're gonna smoke up. Again, sorry about the frame stutter. Just some replay latency bugs here. So full broadside, Des Moines. We're gonna use the AP to slam it into his side. Alright, let's not watch it stutter. Just continue using the AP. I'm gonna speculatively launch a torp set in case he decides to just sit there. He is stopping for now, so if he just continues to sit there, he will hit those torps. Continue to shove AP to his side. He's not engaging me, he doesn't appear to have Hydra, so I guess he's running defensive fire. Alright, he's angling now, so it's probably about time to switch to HE. I'm gonna hold off on my last tube in case he rushes me. So he is rushing me, so don't aim along the gray line, and we're gonna anticipate that he's gonna turn in. Alright, he's giving me broadside again now. So hopefully... Alright, I'm not gonna be able to kill him, he's getting pretty close, but the torps we launched in advance should frag him, and there is kill number 3 for us, having a pretty decent game so far, so now we can take the cap in peace. So we know that Grozovoi was last spotted over here. So he's the key threat. I don't really know how high health he is, so I'm gonna kind of just glide north towards my teammates. No need to take an unfavorable fight unless we absolutely have to. Grozzo move now. Okay, so my shimmy decided to torp or attempt to torp the Des Moines, so I gotta dodge those, I guess. Kind of annoying to be frank, but it does happen. And okay, doesn't appear that the Grozovoi's come to contest us, but he's still pretty close and he's being shadowed by my daring. So he can really only move towards us. If he's full health, we're definitely gonna lose. And you see here, the cap went diamond shape, so I knew he contested. And so I was able to turn my guns in advance. And he's really, really low, so he smokes up immediately after I detect him. So I'm undetected, so I'm gonna damage control to fire and just trying to blind fire him. Getting 1 or 2 shells, but not quite enough. Can't seem to find him. I'm trying to aim with the minimap here, using the position last known along with my aiming reticle indicator, but no such luck. And now the enemy Des Moines has crossed into my firing range, which means that I'm no longer undetected while firing. So that means I can't exactly stay stopped. So I'm gonna push in towards the smoke and see if I can do something about it. I do have to be cautious here. I don't know if the Grozovoi has launched his torps. So I'm going to take a fairly conservative angle as I come in. My torp tubes are loaded, but versus what should be a very low health Grozovoi, it's not exactly the ideal circumstance. So he's still in the cap because I can see that the cap is a diamond shaped contest. So I'm going to pull away and try and blind fire him. Going for the map post, the border posts here. And, oh, I'm detected. Well, that's because I'm close to the Salem. Nothing I can do about that. Just trying to find him, try for a reset, but the Salem is firing on me, so I am going to have to leave. So first let's disengage by smoking up. And oh shoot, there are the Grozovoi torps. Fortunately for me, he seems to have aimed them precisely at where I'm not. And now my allied daring has come close enough to hydro him, so quick easy kill there. Now we have to deal with the Salem. So the Salem does have an 8.5 kilometer radar, and he is very close to me. He's within my torp range, so just gonna torp in case he does decide to try and rush around the corner at me. And I'm gonna leave my smoke so that I can at least spot him if he does come around the corner. Because if I stay in the smoke and just kind of sit there, if he pops radar, I'm gonna be a sitting duck, not even able to fire back because no one will be there to spot him. And oh, okay, he does come around the corner, and I'm moving 8.5, so gotta run now. Just trying to disengage here, so I'm gonna decline to open fire. I'm right at the edge of his range. He does 33 knots. I'm doing 35 right now, so eventually I will break the range, and my torps look fantastic. So just a note: when you're trying to rush someone coming around a corner, you might want to consider turning in, because if you don't, get shit like that. And with that, the game is nice and wrapped. And there you have it, a quick Grozovoi carry to get me my star. And with some luck, we're gonna rank out. Well, hope you enjoyed.